Oh, oh my. Okay, yo. We're live now, and then my Wi-Fi, has just been giving me issues this whole week. This whole last week, it's been giving me issues. But we're here. We're back. Give me a second. I'm gonna post in the Discord that we're finally live. Wi-Fi. All right, all right, all right. Let's pull up trading view. My Wi-Fi's been absolutely awful to me, bro. Okay. Ever since I moved, my Wi-Fi just. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if it lags either. I'm not trying to see the stream lag. Okay. What a day already, y'all. What a day already, y'all. Yeah, what he said. What he said. Okay. Let me get the stream out here. Let me get the stream out here. We're gonna start in 1 second. We're ripping right now. All right. What's good, Wild Main? What's good, Kai? What's good, Kai? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone's day been? My day's been interesting already. Let's get right into it. I woke up and I've tried to live stream like 8 times. You guys don't understand. I got like yesterday. I went through a whole thing trying to move the Wi-Fi, and dude, it just hasn't been good today either. Like, I don't understand. So that's not gonna really affect me right now. Right now we are in a high confluence area. If we zoom out to the daily, we're in this order block. If we want to go lower here, we should reject here. If we want to go lower here, we are going to reject here. We're in this daily fair value gap or within this order block. Up here, this is an area of fair value. So the market does not need to go any higher here if we want to go ahead lower. Like today and tomorrow is going to be like the tipping point in telling me if we're bullish or bearish for the next weeks. Because right now, if we respect this area and then head back lower, we're gonna head to these lows. That's my theory. But if we close above this area here, close above maybe mean threshold, we might attack these highs and then head up into all-time highs. So this area is really gonna tell me a lot of what the market really wants to do within the next upcoming weeks. But let's look at what we're looking like on an intraday basis, on an intraday level. How can we capitalize off this information today? If we actually look at kind of the sessions, London didn't do anything. London consolidated. London just completely consolidated. There was no meaningful manipulation in London. So whenever I see that, I'm kind of going to look for Asia low to be the target. So I've been doing some back testing, I guess you could say, but anytime London's just straight up nothing consolidating, we're kind of consolidating Asia and London, which is kind of expected because we don't have any red folder news today, and it's also a Monday. So keep in mind, no red folder news at all today, and it is a Monday. So I don't think today's a day to be kind of risk on. I would I would prefer to not go in the markets today with a money making mindset. How's the why? Is it lagging at all? Is the stream lag? Do we lag at all? Let me know. If so, I'm gonna get stuff figured out for sure today. For sure today. I'll get it figured out. But yeah, y'all, I'm pretty much like a whole different trader. Like whole last week, I've been working my ass off, bro. Like working my ass off, and like this is what I really want. And dude, my analysis is going to improve so much with the next weeks. I can guarantee you. So like right here, what am I looking at? The only way in which we can reverse here, which I'm expecting for us to reverse here, is if we come into a higher time repeater rate and if we have an SMT. That's the only reason we'll have high quality reversals. Oh my, it's my Wi-Fi bugging. Okay, we zoom out. I zoomed out and then zoomed back in. I guarantee we have a SMT with YM. NQ has an SMT with YM. Let's go to the 4 hour. So it would make sense for a price to reverse here, honestly. For me. Why? Higher time for PDRA, and then we have an SMT with YM. If we're looking at this from the higher time frame perspective, though, today is not the day in which you really want to force anything, you know? Because today, if we were to reverse in this area, which right now, bullish order flows, so I'm not going to come in. I'm not just going to say, hey, we're going to reverse here. But this is an area on the higher time frame, which I could definitely see us reverse. So with that being said, like, you got to be patient. I'm going to be patient. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking along in a daily bearish fair value gap. That's not what I'm going to do. So I'm going to wait for more structure, and this is just looking like we're pumping it open. I don't really see much here to take. So I don't know if I really even want to be using the 1 minute either. Right now we do have internal SMT. I want to see displacement lower. We kind of are disrespecting some of these fair value gaps. We are holding this order block though, so it's definitely a good sign. If you're bullish right now, I want to see maybe a return back down here. We have low resistance liquidity, but I don't like this. How we have taken both sell side and buy side of this range. So what is this? This is now a dealing range. This now is a dealing range. We've taken both sell side and buy side of this range. So sell side and buy side has been taken. So I'm expecting this high to be the target. If we don't take this high, we're heading to this low. If this bearish fair value gap holds, we're heading to this low. But I don't expect it to. Yeah, we're just gonna continue. Is my stream lagging? Let me know. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Let me know. Let me know. How y'all doing? It's been quite the weekend for me. I've still been in the process of kind of moving, you know, and how you draw to draw the trend line straight, you just press shift. You press shift while you're holding it, and then the only other tip I have if you use TradingView is if you like click on this with your middle, like the middle scroll wheel, it just deletes it, and you don't have to like go in here and then press delete there. That's the only other like sauce I got for you, I guess. Okay, right now here we have SMT at highs. If this holds, I'm expecting us to head to this low. We are in that hard time PDRA, so I really wouldn't like taking this just because it's way too early and there's like no other structure that really validates this. But if we're looking at this, Um, I could totally see price reversing here because we're in a higher time period rate and we have SMT with YM. So that'll be something to keep in mind. What's dollar doing? Dollar is in this area, but I don't like the structure. I don't see enough to really qualify dollar to be that bullish right now. Just by looking at this though, this does look kind of bullish, but I don't know. We could have another run of these lows. If you guys don't know my dollar analysis, I had like a whole video on that. Okay, that 950 macro is about to open up. I could see this 950 macro pushing us to this low. Right now we have an SMT at these highs. If we respect this bearish for value gap, we're heading to these lows here. I would like to see us break through here with displacement, come back, do something like that for a little setup. This 950 macro, we'll see what happens. So like clearly bullish though, so it just doesn't really make that much sense to take a trade like this. So like nothing I see is high quality, and to take a long like I'm not gonna look to take longs in a daily bearish for value gap. Right now we're in a daily bearish for value gap, and we're in this daily order block. So I'm not gonna look to take a long here at all. I'm not. It's also Monday with no red folder news. Like it's just time to be on the sidelines right now, in my opinion. We have taken sell side and buy side. Hey, so first time on your live here, and I'm also ICT trader. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. Grateful that you're here as well. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's definitely been interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Like moving since I moved in the new house, it's just this Wi-Fi, man. Like I'm still trying to get it figured out, and I got some new chart colors, I guess. I've had these for like a minute though. Yeah, it's like white and gray a little bit. I like it. It's a lot better than the white and black. Alright, notice how we didn't ran up, took highs again. I don't see any setups. This 950 macro is about to open. This now would become a breaker, so we've now taken this high here. So if we're looking at this in terms of market structure, this could now be a short term high. This could be an intermediate term high, and then we could have another short term high to the left of it to then push to this low. But I don't. It's just a day like today. You wake up and there's just nothing. There's not a good setup here. Come back here, order block hold this level of fair value. Come back up, to run on this high. I guess you could have said this morning the only setup that you could have had would be this. That's the only setup I see this morning. That's the only thing I see. What's up, man? I feel like dude. It definitely has been. I was live all of last week, or I was only just not live Thursday last week, I believe, because like my Wi-Fi has been so bad. Like that's the only reason. I've been moving, so kind of get some things situated out for me, but yeah, I got a new setup and I really like it, so I think I might add some stuff and spruce it up. But yeah, it's definitely been an interesting past couple weeks for me. 1,000%. Mondays, man, dude, I love Mondays. Mondays for me, like Mondays, get back in the groove of things. Finally get to be able to be live again, and like the weekends, dude. This weekend kind of flew by fast. So I'm not gonna lie, the weekend flew by fast. But now we're back. We back. I don't see anything yet. This 950 macro is about to open up. In terms of drawing liquidity higher, if we're looking at this chart, do you guys see a clear draw on liquidity higher? Do you guys just zoom out? Do you guys see a clear higher draw on liquidity? I don't. I don't. Me personally, I don't. Look, well, I'll pull up YM just for shits and gigs right now. But even YM, I don't see any higher. Like this to me right here is the smart money. This to me, what I'm looking at, I feel like this is gonna be the smart money reversal for the higher time frame. This right here is a smart money reversal in my opinion. And then I want to see displacement lower, but we have no red folder news today, so I'm not really expecting much. Like today's just a day to chill back and say, okay, what is the market gonna do for us? What is the market gonna show for us? And then you're able to make decisions in the rest of the week, because decisions you're going to make tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, you're going to have much more structure around your trades. Right now, in terms of the higher time frame, especially on NQ, we just completed this. We're within a daily order block here. We're within a daily fair value gap. We're within a higher time of 4 hour fair value gap. Higher time of 4 hour order block. This is a high quality order block, so I'm very much so expecting this order block to hold. If we're bearish, if we keep displacing higher today, we're gonna attack all time highs. Today's the day that's gonna tell me what price wants to do. You know. So, with that being said, like I'm not gonna come in the market today with high hopes of like trying to make money. You know. Hey, Sa, how you doing? Just wanted to know your background in education or work. Yeah, so I'm fairly young. I just turned 19. And overall, I went to high school, graduated high school, and then decided that I didn't really want to go to college. College wasn't for me. Kind of dropped. Well, I guess you say I dropped out, but yeah, I'm not going to college. And then because the main reason why I didn't want to go to college is because if I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, I wasn't gonna try to go to college, because I always knew or thought of the fact that like I didn't need college, and like I wanted to trade. So you don't need a college education to trade. No, no. So like I'm gonna chase this, and I'm gonna go after this, because this is what I really want to do. I'm gonna have much more success in my life if I'm doing something that I actually want to do, rather than like what my mom wants me to do. You know. And I'm thankful that I have parents that support my decision, but they know that like I work. They know that I'm a hardworking guy, so like I'm not just messing around. You know. So like, it's not like it's not to the point to where like I'm not going to college and I'm just dicking around all day. No, like I want this. I want this so bad. And I've kind of come to terms within the past like 3 weeks that I really want to become a better trader. So I've been putting a lot of my focus on that. I've been trying to become a much better trader, and like I can already know that like within the next 2 or 3 months, y'all, like I'm about to elevate to the next level. Like it's gonna get better, and the streams are gonna get better too. I'm gonna have more information. Do you guys see that MMXM trader released a course? The MMXM trader released a course, and that like it already got leaked. Bro, a lot of these courses you can find on Twitter for free. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone will be leaking everyone's courses. It's a cold world we live in. Take advantage of the people that are pirates. Like ICT, there's so many ICT videos that are leaked, like his private mentorship. And bro, just if you go on Twitter, you can find all of it. But MMXM trader released a course, and if you guys want to, I posted it in the Discord, which I don't like being like that, but I'm gonna give y'all the sauce if I have the sauce, you know? Like I'm not gonna be like stingy about stuff that I'm doing and stuff that I'm watching. I honestly thought it was. I watched all but the last video yet, so. Why does it feel like you're just lost in sauce? That one trade was in hindsight. What do you mean? Explain more on that. Why does it feel like you're lost in the sauce? That one trade was in hindsight. Explain more on that. 4 hour candle, yeah. 4 hour candle closing in 4 minutes. So with that being said, you always gotta be aware of like where we are at in 4 hour candle structure. Right here, we have just closed a 4 hour for value gap. We have a 4 hour order block now here, and this order block isn't isn't the highest quality. I would like to see this now come turn a breaker block. That's ideally what I want to see on the higher time frame. Look at the 4 hour. We have closed the 4 hour for value gap here, so that's what I'm saying. What's the course on Discord? It's if you go in Discord, if you go in my Discord, I posted it. I posted it in free resources, I believe. Yeah, go in here, and then I'll take it to Telegram. Yeah, free resources though. You can also go to Twitter. If you go to Twitter and just look up MMXM, like that, the course will already be there. It kind of sucks though. Like imagine putting work in and framing a course, and then everyone just pirates it. All right, now we have to buy side here. This now becomes the breaker. I don't like this is the 1 minute time frame. This is way too zoomed in for me to really validate a trade. If I'm seeing something, if I really want to say that, hey, we're gonna head to this low and these lows that we have here, I need to see something more on maybe a higher time frame, such as the 5 minute. So I think anything here is just way too early, and I'm not even gonna look. Like we're still in bullish order flow. Order flow is yet to shift. That being said, though, just in terms of like a possible trade you could have long, I would only really feel comfortable if we come back down in this 15-minute fair value gap. We hold this 15-minute fair value gap, and then we head higher. But in terms of the higher time frame, like I've been saying, daily, we're in a daily fair value gap, daily order block. This is a high confidence area to where, hey, if we want to go lower here, we're gonna reject off this right now, within today or tomorrow or Wednesday. Today we don't have any red folder news, so I'm not gonna be very risk on, Or I don't know if I risk on. I was to say, I'm not gonna be risking. Short term high, intermediate term high, maybe possible short term high here. Short term high, intermediate term high, possible short term high here on ES. I'm looking at YM just so I have a little basis of what YM is doing, just because we need to see a little bit more structure, and YM is dumping off. So YM could be tipping his hand and telling us what the market wants to do. If you look at YM as well. Look at YM. We had no meaningful manipulation, Asia or London. Look at what London did. London didn't manipulate, so therefore you're expecting to see New York manipulation. We're in a higher time repeated rate. We have higher time SMT, and we're within a higher time repeated rate. So in terms of the higher time frame, so this is the 1 hour. I could see price reversing here, and I'm more bearish biased than bullish biased. So if that means that I'm gonna be overly biased today, then I'm going to be overly biased today, because I really am not looking to take longs at all. If we're coming back up, we're taking new highs, still respecting bullish order flow. Down close candles are supporting price, and up closing we're running through new highs. So for order flow to truly shift, I want to see a break through market structure shifts, and I want to see us now use bullish order blocks or bearish order blocks. Right now we have not got that yet, so we just stay patient. 1 hour for value. No, we don't have any 1 hour for value gaps. 4 hour. That 4 hour for value gap opened. We also could create a 4 hour for value gap here. This is nice though. In terms of the 4 hour candle, you want to see price go higher to then go lower. You want to see some form of wick on that candle. So I kind of do like this here. We're taking buy side again. This now becomes high resistance liquidity. High resistance. Notice what we're doing. We're coming up. We're taking highs. 3 drive right here. High resistance liquidity. This could be a possible short setup we get here. 950 macro. We're within that 950 1010 macro. Just gotta stay patient. Look at that 3 drive pattern on ES. We have SMT with YM 1000%. I don't really need to pull. I'll pull it up. We'll see. We'll try to pinpoint a maybe possible SMT. SMT here with ES. I'm not gonna mark it in until we get displacement yet. I want to see displacement lower. This looks nice. Notice ES as well. I guess we had SMT here. Draw's been met, so I don't really care about this SMT. Look at this on ES though. Oh, we have not had any meaningful manipulation at the lows. Like, this is just high resistance liquidity at the highs, low resistance liquidity at the lows. That's exactly what you want to see if you're bearish. Exactly what you want to see if you're bearish. So I think we could get a good setup here in a second. Let me pull up YM. Let's see exactly where this SMT is on the. Okay, I'm not gonna mark in the SMT, but there's just divergence between YM on the lower time frame. On the higher time frame though, we have SMT with YM. So YM's kind of tipping its hand to us that we possibly want to head lower. Where can we retrace back into? We have a breaker here. An area I would like to see maybe is this. Definitely this 5-minute fair value gap is where I'm potentially looking for a retracement into. But we don't have to. We can retrace as much up into here, this breaker, to then head lower. We don't have to go all the way up in here. Preferably, I would want to see us reject off of this breaker here, or mitigation block, whatever you want to call it. Then we have lows rushing here. All this low resistance liquidity. We're going to be very patient today. I don't really see too much opportunity yet. Notice what ES is doing. We're strictly accumulating. So, in terms of ES, we can only expand from a consolidation. We can only expand. So, I think we might get another run higher to then get another run lower. Background color? Background color? I got you. Go to canvas. My background color is nice. I think I finally got it. Yeah, it's this. D7, D3C. Which indice is stronger when an SMT forms? So whenever I see an SMT, I would say it honestly doesn't really matter too much. But okay, kind of what I've had like mentors told me different things, but whenever you have an SMT, so say NQ does that, and then ES does this, so now this becomes your SMT. This is the weaker pair. This is the weaker pair because it failed to take this high. So now this has a failure swing at the high, and this one has an actual. We actually liquidated this high. So in terms of like what I actually would like to trade, I would probably rather take this pair, honestly, or this indice, because this now would become your breaker, and then this would just be a lot stronger in my opinion than this. But what I've been told, it all depends on like what we're doing, you know. Strictly preference, honestly, in my opinion. So right now, if we're looking at this, NQ and ES are both stronger than YM. I want to see ES come up, manipulate these highs, because I know just off of IPTA market cycles, we cannot go from an expansion from a consolidation. You see how we're consolidation? You see how we're consolidating? We can't go from a reversal from this. So we need to have some meaningful manipulation on the highs, which that would align us with YM to return back up into this area, into this 5-minute fair value gap. And if we want to reject, we're going to reject here. If we want lower prices, well, there should be no issue, and the market should tell us that we want to go lower here. So this, in terms of today, is more high resistance liquidity. I want to see displacement lower now, and then I would like to see a bearish setup form. But we could just keep on running higher, but I don't see much opportunity with that, and that's completely okay. If we also look at the 4-hour candle, you would like to see this because this would be your wick on the 4-hour time frame. Notice this candle. We didn't have a wick at all. That's called a devil's mark. It's called a devil's mark. High resistance liquidity. This is a damn near 4 drive, bro. Show full color. Oh, I got you. Sorry. I might. Is there a way I can like put my layout in the Discord? Would it be make a copy? Or copy link? Here, try this. I'm gonna put this in the Discord. I'm gonna show this to you in the Discord. I feel like it'd be easier. Where should I put it that it probably wouldn't get lost? Here, I'll put it in sauce. I'll put like a my chart settings if you want. I'll create like a new form for it. Random. Let me know if that works. If that doesn't, then I'll. But I think it's just gonna be a lot easier if I show you it. So then, or if I share a link, because then you don't have to go in there and you don't have gotta. I know how it is when you're trying to see someone else's chart colors. Can you talk about IRL and ERL in the chart? From my understanding, because just know that I'm always a student, so I'm always learning. IRL is a fair value gap. ERL is a higher low. ERL, IRL. So doesn't work. Okay. I'll pull my settings for you. I'm gonna change this to that one. Alright, you can pause to see that. So let me know if that works. If that didn't, then I don't know what to say. Any trades yet? I have not traded yet. Have y'all? Has anyone taken a trade yet? I don't see any high quality opportunity. I'm not gonna long high resistance liquidity. The only type of long I really see here is maybe off this order block up into new highs. Order block up into new highs. Order block up into new highs. Like this isn't. We're likely not gonna do this at all. Yeah, hold up. Yeah. Okay, so if we're looking at in frames of internal range liquidity, external range liquidity, if we're looking at this range, external range liquidity lies within these highs up here and these lows down here. This is the external range liquidity. So notice how we have taken external range liquidity here, and then we have made our way back up into internal range liquidity, which is this fair value gap. Internal range liquidity is pretty much just liquidity that rests within this high and low. So this range is internal range liquidity, which is a fair value gap. Because when we come into a fair value gap, all we're doing is just inducing traders. So we've taken external range liquidity. We're gonna head back into internal range liquidity. So whenever we take internal range liquidity, my eyes are saying like if we're gonna reject off of this in a trending market. So if the trend is bearish here, if we zoom out, if the trend is gonna be bearish here, if we really want to switch, we're gonna go from IRL to ERL. We're gonna go from IRL back down to ERL. So on the higher time frame, that's my scopes of IRL to ERL. Let me pull up NQ1 and then this could be a possible setup. Okay, now we've had displacement, institutional response. I would feel a lot more comfortable taking a short here if we create a fair value gap. Let's draw on standard deviation as well. Notice where standard deviation kind of lines up. It's not 100,000% perfect, but it does line up kind of nice with that. Where's -4 line up with anything? No. You like this? You like seeing a fair value gap get created? Notice here, no fair value gap got created. Now we have. Let's look at YM. Where's YM at? Is YM still within that 5 minute? Yeah, look at YM. I would feel comfortable taking a short here. I would feel comfortable taking a short here. Nope, no A plus setups. Yeah, I would agree. I would really like this breaker. I would really like taking a trade here. I'm not taking trades at all. I'm just tape reading just for this next month. That's what I decided to do. I don't think a trade here would be bad, but at the same time, you also don't need to jump in on this. You also don't need to jump in on this. That's just what I see. There's no reason you really need to jump in on this trade. I would say like this would be your low risk entry in terms of a market maker model, but there's always going to be another trade setup. How you feel about Justin Werling? I would say I was in his mentorship actually. I was in Tactical Traders for 2 months. I've learned a lot, and then I also have stopped kind of like tuning into his videos just because, for me, there's other teachers that I like a little bit better. But don't get me wrong, I love the guy. He's definitely amazing. I was in his mentorship, and he's kind of like the first guy that really resonated with me. So I was definitely a solid teacher. But I would say now, kind of, I guess I like kind of did some dark searching on the web, and I found like other mentors that are like a little bit better. That doesn't mean he's a bad mentor at all. What's the tool for standard deviation? It's the fib. I can pull up my settings for it if you want it. But yeah, anytime you're looking at the fib, if you're looking at it in terms of a market maker model, 1 to 1.5 is a reaccumulation zone. -2 to 2.5 is a possible reversal. And then -4 is that supposed to be your terminus. I want to see this fair value gap. I want to see us come back up to here. I'm not gonna trade this Monday. Yeah, me neither. Hell no, I'm not trading this. There's always gonna be more opportunity. It just doesn't like. Notice how what I was saying. Like we can't reverse from this consolidation. We can't reverse. So this now becomes AMD. AMD. So AMD. So I want to see if we're actually gonna distribute lower, or if we're just gonna still chop around here. I want to see now up close candles resist price, and I want to see this breaker block hold. I will see us come up here, and then this is a possible setup I see, but for me, I'm not going to look to take it. Breaker for value gap. High resistance liquidity. This is a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, is this a 3 drive or 4 drive? Let me know. Let me know. What's wrong with TJR? For me, same as TJR than him. Yeah, that's exactly. TJR, I watched all his boot camp, and I think it's definitely a good place to learn. Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times he just tries too much to entertain, you know? Like, he definitely is targeting those, like, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, you know? But, like, I mean, he's definitely a great guy. Like, it's not like he has a lot of free education, which is definitely good. But I don't know. Like you guys know, it is like, I'm not here to bash anyone, but like in his boot camp, there would be like videos when the video wouldn't start until like 12 minutes in because he'd just be like doing some weird wacky stuff in the camera. I'm like, okay. For me, I don't know. For me, I'm trying to learn, and I ain't trying to watch a whole like 10 minutes of someone like damn near like stroking it in the camera. I'm like, what is he doing? Would you mind telling us who those mentors are that are better? Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna gatekeep. I'll say, I actually am in a mentorship right now. I do have a mentor. His name's Afiz. Afiz. I'm in his. Oh, shit, I'm gonna hold up. If you look up Afiz on YouTube, Let me pull up YouTube. Afiz, IptaX, and Arjo. These three, dude. I've been doing like some deep rabbit hole searching, and these three have IptaX especially. IptaX especially has, dude, this channel has so much goddamn value on it, and I really cannot understand how they only have 6K subscribers. Arjo as well. This guy's insane. And then Afiz, hands down. These guys have really made it click for me. And obviously, wait, ICT posted?
Hello, folks. What we're going to do is we're going to rotate and go lower.
Oh, he took a short on YM.
Trading into it now, right there.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, with 15 second. I don't know if I love a trade there yet. Yeah, this breaker is the only thing I really see. This breaker for value gap, and you would like to see this. This now becomes your low risk entry, in my opinion. This is looking like we're clearly gonna have market maker sell model. But better to not force it on a Monday, especially. Y'all know, y'all know. We've now had high resistance liquidity above us. So now becomes sell side of the curve. Yeah, this looks nice. This looks nice. Now have speed lower. Displacement showing institutional sponsorship. We could come back up into this order block here. That could be another add on the position. But in terms of time, also got to keep it in track of time. Whenever I see this, like we have very much so consolidation on the left side of the curve, and then the right side of the curve, it just speeds up. I want to see a little bit of consolidation. Let's swing grade this MMXM too. Swing grade. Around 50%, we could see some form of consolidation. Wait, where is measuring? Wait, I'm gonna switch this. It's the other way around. It should be. Yeah, around 50%, we could see consolidation, a stop hunt. We also are within this kind of around this -1 to 1.5, so this fair value gap could be another possible entry. I like it because it has an order block paired with it. This could be another possible add. I would like to look to take profits here at this low-hanging fruit objective, especially on a Monday. Low-hanging fruit, something like this. It's not the highest quality setup though. Like there's gonna be better setups this whole next week. 0 to 0.25, we had that low risk entry here at 0.25. 0.5, expecting to see consolidation, maybe a stop hunt. Also within this reaccumulation zone, -2 to -2.5 is when you can see a possible retracement or reversal. Let me use standard deviation on. I think even here could be a better standard deviation. I'm gonna just use that last manipulation move. Yeah, I would like a short there as well on that fair value gap. Also in line with that order block. Stop at this high. Also have a mitigation block over here. Notice this old selling point here. This is a good model. This is a good market maker sell model. Notice this mitigation block you have here that lines up with that fair value gap order block. That is the sauce right there. That is the sauce right there. Anytime we have a breaker or mitigation block on the left side, pair that up. If you can pair up this with a fair value gap and an order block, that most of the time is going to hold. So I definitely love a short here, but I'm not taking anything. I'm taking time to taper, taking time off the, just becoming a better trader because there's always going to be more opportunity. I'm not actually in this though, y'all. I'm not actually in this. This is just my idea. It's just my idea. Just what I'm tape reading. Right here, I would like to take a short. A stop hunt on this high as well. And then I would put my stop at Yeah, I'll put my stop at this high. I don't like this candle. Maybe we're coming up and taking this high. Because we reached that 50%. Usually expect to see some type of stop on it. I mean, every trade's not going to be perfect. Mitigation, fair value gap, order block, this should hold. You kind of are disrespecting mean threshold of this, so that's a little bit concerning. Nothing that I'm in, though. I always had to skip like the first 3 minutes. To be honest, that's what made him different, though. I learned, and it was funny and easy to watch. I don't know, brother. I would much rather learn from ICT. Even though ICT's boring, ICT is, I don't know, people that complain about ICT because he's boring and he rants too much, honestly just aren't there to learn. Brother, cuz like a lot of people rant and at least ICT does a lot and he rants. But those rants are when you're able to get like 30 years of someone else's experience and you're able to get a lot of knowledge from. Like if you actually just listen to those rants, like that's gonna do you much greater good than just not listening. But the key is just listen. Just listen. That's all I could say. ICT a menace with these second charts. Yeah. He's trading 15-second charts on a Monday with no red folder news. I mean, I guess I don't know that 15-second charts on a Monday, no red folder news. I honestly, that's probably the way to trade on a Monday with no red folder news. This is kind of what I was saying. Anytime that we're very slow here, on the left side of the curve. Anytime we have like an immediate fast sell off, we're likely going to consolidate a little bit before then having to move lower, or coming back up in a run on these new highs. We do have an SMT at these lows. We do have an SMT here. I don't care too much on the SMT because of the overall context of this trade. We now have had that stop on here. 50%. You can expect to see a stop on. I feel like right now, if you're able to engage in a trade here, if we get displacement lower, take a fair value gap. But notice how this mitigation fair value gap order block, we had a stop on there. So I don't like seeing that. So this is definitely not an A+ setup. So I'm not engaging. I'm gonna take this off, or I'm gonna leave it on. This is just a trade idea. I had off this breaker for value gap. I missed my entry, but that's fine. It wasn't A+. Like there's always gonna be another entry. And how I say, I do that a lot to where, hey, I didn't get engaged on the low risk entry, but bro, honestly, that silver bullet, that second stage down here is probably gonna be a lot better than a low risk entry in my opinion. Like, yeah, you're able to get more points overall. Like, this, 56 points here. But, like, realistic, like, if you're in on this second stage is going to be quite fast. It's going to be quick. It's going to be speedy. You're getting 20 points here. If you get 20 points consistently, that's all you need. All you need is 20 points. That's all you need. All you need is 20 points. And even here, 60 points on a Monday with no red folder news. I feel like that's even kind of a little bit too much. It's a little bit too aggressive. What's from here to this low? That's 13 points. Yeah, that's 0.9 risk reward as well. I mean, like, if you have 0.9 risk reward, and if you're... If you have 0.9 risk reward, you gotta have, like, a 60% win rate. That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to come more terms that like this is just big on psychology. But the goal in trading is not to win every single time. No. The goal in trading is to take repeatable setups over a period of time. So say, hey, I took this trade here, or let's say, hey, I took a trade like this today. Mitigation block, fair value gap, order block. I put my stop at this high, and I targeted this down here, and you got stopped out. Okay, cool. That's just a loss. That's gonna happen. You just took a loss. You're not gonna be perfect every single time. You're gonna have losing trades. But the key factor is, and what I'm trying to get better at, which is why I'm taking a month off, is, bro, just take repeatable setups that repeat. Because I feel like a lot of my time, and especially as an ICT trader, you can do this a lot, is I'm not consistent with the trades I take. Like, sometimes I'll take that low risk entry, then sometimes I'll try to get in on, like, the second phase of distribution. Like, you got to be consistent with it, you know? If you want to be profitable long term. Because although, like, say, hey, I don't like this because it's no red folder news. It's on a Monday, so I'm not going to look to take anything, which I think will help you in the long run. I don't know if this is making any sense to you guys at all, but I'm not explaining it very well. But in order to be profitable, you have to be consistent in the way that you apply your edge. So say, hey, you have a system that goes around taking a breaker or mitigation block, a fair value gap, and an order block, which I would say is golden. That's a good edge. Say you take that here. You took a loss. Okay, you took a loss. This would have been a 4.3 R trade. A 4.8 R? Okay, you're going to take losses like that. It's going to happen. If you have 4.8 R, you're able to take what? Four losses? You could take 5 trades in a row. You could take 4 losses in a row. But if you take 1 win, that's going to eat up all those losses. So I'm not trading at all, at least for probably the next month. That's just what I'm doing. I'm doing that in order to just soak up more information. Because I know me taking a month off isn't going to be the end of the world. Me taking a month off and just focusing on everything, focusing on becoming a better trader, is going to yield me more results in the long run than just trying to hop in, you know? And I'm not in no rush. Like, I'm here. I'm playing this at whatever speed it takes. I'm not going to be that guy that goes in and says, hey, yo, I'm going to try to get a funded account. I'm going to try to pass a funded account right now. No, brother. Focus on becoming a better trader, and then that funded account is gonna come back to you. I'm in those shorts. Who's in short? Who's short? I do like this model. This breaker for value gap, this entry still. I still like that. I mean, even if you put your stop here, I feel like that's very aggressive. I would more have my stop up here. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit too early. If I were to actually take this, I probably would. Maybe I would mainly be looking for this low here, and then I would have maybe another TP down here. But my main TP would be here. I would take 80% off here at this low here, especially on a Monday. And then I would leave some runners to this low here. That's what I would do personally. But I want to see some more displacement. Notice that how at 0.5, what did we have? We had a stop hunt. We had a stop hunt at 0.5. We reached that 0.5 level, and what do we have? Oh, shit. Also, this was the 15-minute for value gap. This was that 15-minute. I wonder why I had that lined up. Well, that was that 15-minute fair value gap. So right now, we are still respecting this 15-minute fair value gap. Notice that. We come back in, and now we have mitigated this fair value gap. So if we get displacement lower now, I would really like a short setup. So I'm actually going to take this off. But right now, we have mitigated this 15-minute fair value gap. Now there's not really much that's holding us up. Because if we're looking at this, I'm going to try to make this make sense. But you see right here that we have this 15-minute fair value gap. So if I'm bullish, I want to see this hold. So we have now come back in here. We've now mitigated this. Mitigated means we've come into it. So that means that this holds less strength. So now we've mitigated that. And now you're going to have less resistance. Now is when you probably will get that low resistance liquidity run. But I mean, taking a trade here, putting your stop here wouldn't be bad either. We now mitigated that. What did this now become? An intermediate term high, short term high to the right and left of it. This now becomes your long term high. So it becomes your long term high, your intermediate term high. In terms of market structure is on your side. Time wise is on your side. We have mitigated this fair value gap. And this is looking really nice. We've had our stop hunts here. Now, in case you thought, oh, you missed your entry. No, brother. Right now is when you have your entry. Right now is a lot better time to have your entry. And honestly, I'm thinking about as a trader, I think I might start trading just second phase of distribution. I don't know. Or in this case it would be redistribution. So we got an edge to be. Whoa, no. But we wouldn't take the short since 4 hour is bullish, isn't it? It's just a lot less quality. It's just a lot less quality. But the only reason why I would look to take a short today is because on the daily, we're within this daily fair value gap, also this daily order block. So me as a person, I'm not going to try to catch expansion when we're in a daily order block. But just know that I'm not taking this. I'm not in a trade right now. This is just trade ideas that I have. Right now, we have liquidated this original consolidation. We are within this 4 hour fair value gap. Right now, order flow is bullish, so it wouldn't really make much sense to take a short here. But in terms of the model that we have here, we have high resistance liquidity. We're an area in which we expect to reject off of if we're bearish. So this is where a bearish setup can form intraday. Although it isn't the highest quality, a setup can form. So I'm not going to take it because higher time frame is not aligned with the lower time frame. But I think that the model still is here, and you still could possibly look to take a short here. But overall, it's definitely lower quality, and I don't think it's something that I'm not going to come in, and I'm not going to put my money on it. So that's just how I view it. What's good, Colin? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Is the stream lagging at all? Let me know. Is it lagging at all? Because I guess it was some of my Streamlabs, but I had to go in my settings. I had to change something this morning, so that's why I got in the stream late, because my Wi-Fi was bugging. But overall, excited for this upcoming week. Not laggy. Yeah, yes sir. That makes me smile because all of last week, all of my streams were lagging. All of them lagged. All of them. And it was annoying. I was like, has it lagged at all? At all? Because it says I have As I say that, my internet just turned to 1 bar. I got 1 bar of internet right now. Yo, look at XBX. 1 minute equal highs. Crazy. Yeah, also look on ES. We have all these stacked highs. We have all these stacked highs. So I really don't think it's too much of a high quality setup, and I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna trade something like this, especially. We'll just read it. We'll just tape read it. We now have this order block here. It's not a high quality order block either, though. So I wouldn't even count this as order block. I would more look to refer to this order block, but we've already come off. I don't love ES right here, right now, but if we look at Dow, pull up Dow Minium, the setup was that 5 minute fair value gap. Was that what ICT took? Did he take a trade here? Because he posted something. Let me pull up what Grandpa traded. No, he took way early.
And we'll make that.
He took a trade up here, targeting that. Which time frames do you? Yo, what's good, J. Lou? What's good, J. Lou? It's not laggy, but which time frame do you focus on? All of them, all of them. Anytime, especially, especially me, especially me. Whenever it's in terms of what time frame, all of them, because price is fractal. So like, I could take the same exact system on a 5 minute versus a 1 minute. It's Monday, no news. Gonna be dead, bro. I'm lagging. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. Is it like bad though? Is it bad? Is it bad lag or is it like? Is it like? I don't know what I'm trying to say, or is it manageable? Cause that kind of I don't know. I might have to get like an extension, Wi-Fi extension, cause like the Wi-Fi is upstairs. I'll have to get that figured out. Cause like all last week, I had a. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. There was a. If you pull up my channel, I had a really nice live stream that I liked. It was this backtesting stream. I thought that this was actually pretty valuable. And then I looked back on it and there was just lag the whole time.
This is looking like your lowest entry didn't have, or this is looking like your.
I thought this was actually a pretty good stream. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we'll see what Price does. In terms of what Price is doing right now, we're just consolidating on ES. We're coming back up. Equal highs on ES, the highs. We're still in bullish order flow, so we haven't necessarily switched. We did start to respect this breaker, but if we zoom out, this was just a retracement in that 15-minute fair value gap. This has now been mitigated. If we're looking at this is a big wick on the 15-minute. I guess it might be frustrating if you watch me and you're trying to like get ideas off of me how you want to trade. It might be frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, yeah, I'm looking at this looking like a really good short setup, and then now I'm like, hey, I don't really like it as much. So I apologize, but I'm just here to tape read, so that's all I'm here to do. Would you ever go to Pakistan? I don't know. Pakistan? What do they have in Pakistan? What do they have in Pakistan? Are you from Pakistan? Because if you are, that's crazy. You all know that one like that like Pakistan meme that was like crazy for like a month? That's like flashback. That gives me flashbacks. How long? That was like COVID. They got sand there. No, I'm from Colorado. I'm from US. I'm from Colorado, and honestly, where I live is terrorist. All right, that's crazy. That's crazy. That was crazy. This chat's crazy. Yeah, we had a normal chat. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I picked this book, Psychology of Money. I had it, and then I gave it to someone, and then I got it back. And dude, this book, I started reading like a little bit of it again. This book's crazy. Definitely, I'm gonna be reading this over the next week, getting my psychology in check, and definitely when I go back into that live account, it's gonna be raps. It's gonna be raps. Yeah, I don't. Prices are. We're just consolidating. Even if you were to like be in a long position here, this is kind of just chop, you know. If you took a loss though, You took a loss though. It ain't bad. Stop loss hit. It's part of the game. You're gonna take losses. But if you take a loss and you think it's the end of the world, or if you put all of your if you put your ego on the line too much, like as a trader, it's something I need to get better at as well. Like I think that, hey, I took a loss. It's gonna be the end of me, or like I need to win. No, brother, you don't need to win. You just need to take trades that repeat. And hey, if you had a system that repeated, and you took it today, you took a loss. That's cool. That's cool. We'll come back up. We've now taken this high here on ES. Manny was right. Manny was saying all that stacked highs. So now we have taken these highs here. I don't like anything. We're off this 15-minute for value gap. This could be a run on new highs up here. Even then, high resistance liquidity here. High resistance liquidity. I'm not going to long when we have high resistance liquidity. 15-minute for value gap. There wasn't. This is like there wasn't ever a bullish for value gap that was made out of this 15-minute for value gap. So we're still on buy side of the curve on the higher time frame. What I mean higher time frame, I even mean the 15-minute. So in order to really validate something though, I want to see this is just what Mondays are gonna be. This is what Monday with no red folder news are gonna be. Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. This is what Mondays with no red folder news are gonna be. I'm not gonna lie, the economic calendar, y'all. The economic calendar today is disgusting. Or this week, not today, but the economic calendar this week is absolutely disgusting. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no red folder news. Hell no, I ain't trying to trade that. No, I am not trying to trade on a week where we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no red folder news. Thursday, Friday, I think will actually be a very nice opportunity. Next week we have CPI and PPI, so that's something. Next week, Thursday, wait, we have a big holiday? May 27th. Why do we have a bank holiday? Memorial Day. Wait. I thought Memorial Day was like in February. Am I tripping? Yo, the world's first chess tournament was held in London on May 27th. Maybe that's the holiday we have. Chess holiday? The first chess tournament? Honestly, YM is looking like the better trade here. Very rarely will I ever say that. YM's looking like the better trade at that 5-minute. I was looking at that 5-minute breaker for value gap. YM's looking like we want to go all the way down here. So YM's tipping his hand to us that markets want to go lower. Now it could be time. We have SMC here. I think we're definitely still in a market maker sell model. In my opinion, it just doesn't look clean. This is not clean. Now we have SMC here. I'm not trading this. I'm not trading this though. So don't get that twisted. What book is it? I need one. It's Psychology of Money. I swear I said that. I can't tell if you're trolling or not. It's Psychology of Money. It's by Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel. It's kind of an insane book. I'm not gonna lie. I say that way too much. I say I'm not gonna lie way too much. I need to stop. But the first time I read it, I don't think I was really like reading it. You know when you read something but then you don't actually read it, you're just that happens to me a lot. Like I'll read a book and then I find come to terms that I didn't really read it and like I didn't really gain any information. It's the same thing with like watching YouTube videos. Like you can watch a YouTube video on like how to trade or something or like how to improve your trading, but if you don't actually like take notes, like what I'm working on, and I kind of want to give this to y'all is we'll go to my Notion. We'll go to my Notion. If we go here, oh, that's about back testing. Go here, I have notes section to where hey, I'm trying to dial in on this. I posted these in the Discord if you want them. But I come back in here and then I have after I watch something, I take notes with it and then I come back in and then I review my notes and then I tap my notes on Notion. That's what I'm starting to do. What's this? I don't know what that is. Good. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a little snack. Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Banana. Come UK, we have crazy year 7s. What does that mean? Year 7s? Turtle soup. Turtle soup at the hi. Gotta annotate. Yeah, I anytime I read, I annotate. I do that same thing with the books. I haven't read in a minute though. I haven't read in a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Cause I've been doing more chart stuff. Like I care more about the charts than I do about a book. You know. Cause I'm gonna get more out of like being on the charts than I would out of a book. Because I feel like books, even most books out there, kind of just repeat the same information. Eat the banana in one go. I kind of maybe next time I got you. Yeah, we're just consolidating. I want to see more displacement, and then I want to see a possible silver bullet. That's what I would really look for. Like if I was trading this live, that's what I would really look for today. No idea to be risk on. It's a Monday. Anyone saying anything on Discord? Yo, so do you know Mia Khalifa? No, I don't know who Mia Khalifa is. Who is that? Is it like a doctor? Let's look at DXY. I said that coming in today, I want to see more structure on DXY. DXY, if I'm DXY, I don't like DXY structure either. So I don't like what DXY structure is doing. So I want to look at Bitcoin with y'all. Just so we have this on stream. But I think Bitcoin's in a market maker buy model right now. I think like this looks very clean. This is on Bitcoin. No, this is on Bitcoin, which I think that it's still. Even here, y'all, we took external range liquidity. Yo, we might need to trade Bitcoin. Took external range liquidity. Where do we expect to go? Back into internal range. When we go to internal range, where do we expect to go? Back into external range. So that's exactly what's kind of shaping up here. We're in this weekly fair value gap here, as well as nothing really over there. But weekly fair value gap here. Good. What? My voice just like spazzed there. My voice just like, oh my gosh. Basically, we now have taken this low here, which I like. We've had displacement into the fair value gap on the weekly. We've had displacement out of this. What does this now become? Low resistance. We have a high here. I'm expecting this high to now be the draw. This looks nice. Maybe you could see something like this, but I would like to see this get left as a breakaway gap. So I would like to see us maybe have displacement higher, something like a stop hunt, then head higher. Let me map this out in standard deviation. Maybe on a lower time frame. Let's go to the hourly. See this hourly last move lower. See where this lines up. Would this be a better projection? Not really. I don't know. Sometimes standard deviations can be okay sometimes, but when they're accurate, that model is just like. Actually, this -4 does line up nice with that terminus. This -4 projection isn't bad here. Yeah, I think Bitcoin's in a market maker buy model right now, so that's something to look at within the next week. I want to look at Euro USD too. I've been looking at crypto just a little bit more, or not forex, not crypto, forex. But whenever you trade forex, what I found out, you gotta be basing your charts off the higher time frames. So it's just like the forex. It's just so much better if you know what likely that higher time is doing. Even indices, or anything. If you're able to know, if I'm able to know where this 6-month candle is gonna go, is likely to head in terms of probabilities, I'm gonna have much more success in these weekly time frames, and these daily time frames, and these intraday time frames, because I know where that higher time really wants to go. So if you look at this on the 6-month, within a 6-month fair value gap, kind of been wicking. We've taken this high. We've now had displacement lower. We're not displacement. I don't know on Euro right now. If I'm looking at this, this doesn't look too appealing. We do have an intermediate term high here. We are just shopping here. In terms of structure, though, it does look bearish. So I would expect the draw to be this low on a weekly time frame rather than this high. But just know that this high could be the draw. We're now on the weekly time frame, though. We have taken the high and low of this range. This is a double purge. So this actually could be bullish. We've taken this high first and then this low. I was watching that MMXM course and he was talking about double purge. And a lot of times you get a double purge, we're likely to respect this second stop punt. And if we're just looking, the last like kind of displacement move we had was a bullish fair value gap here. So I would actually be kind of bullish here. I'm not gonna lie. We're starting to come back within this bearish imbalance here. We have low resistance liquidity above us and below us. I don't know. I really would not want to be in on this. I really wouldn't want to trade that. Definitely not. Look at structure even here. This big imbalance here. This order block. If we want to go to these lows, we'll respect this area here. Just like on NQ. If we want to go lower on the higher time frame, we're going to respect this daily order block. Easy. We're going to respect this if we want to go lower. Let's look at the weekly on NASDAQ. In terms of weekly, here, let me take off these drawings for a second. Within this week, where we kind of were within this weekly fair value gap, we have to respect this weekly order block if we want to run back to newer lows. But if we disrespect this, we're heading back to all-time highs. I can guarantee you it. Let me pull up NQ1. Let's look at the monthly. In terms of monthly, we've just taken external highs, all-time highs. Anytime we go from external range, I'm expecting to return back into internal range. So I'm expecting this to be the draw. This monthly fair value gap. So in terms of the monthly, my eyes are settled in on this. Settled in on that. What's the double purge? Let me pull it up real quick for you. I don't look at Twitter too much, or I don't ever really look at Twitter. But Twitter does have some sauce. But I would say you also got to know what you're messing with when you go on Twitter. When you pop on Twitter, like you have both. I don't even know why I look at this. Can I delete this? You have BS like this. So, like you just see shit forced like this on you if you're on Twitter. And then you have people like this that like gamble. I mean, obviously he's made money, so he's not a bad trader, but this guy has a challenge where he's trying to go from 1,000 to 1,000,000, which we're out. I think 1,000 to 100,000, which isn't bad, but that shit ain't realistic, bro. It's just gonna be like feeding you stuff you don't need to see, you know. Okay, let me pull up MMXM Trader. But I would say there's also good education you can get there on Twitter. You can get out of Twitter. But a lot of it, or I want to say, you also got to know, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. So it can hurt you, but it also can be. I know he's posted something about it. Bro, only repost stuff. How is there not a graphic of it? Alright, but basically it's when we take both buy side and sell side. And then that's when we're likely going to get that run. That low resistance liquidity run, you know? So whenever we take buy side and sell side in a range, that's when we're likely, the market makers are going to push price. We've taken both buy side and... Wait. If it looks something like this, to where we've taken both buy side and we've taken both sell side, so now price is gonna run. All right, now we're starting to get something. This is also what I want to do some more. Like whenever we have, I mean, most of the times, granted there are occasions, but this right side of the curve is gonna be a lot slower than you anticipate. That's not gonna be all the time. It also depends, but especially on a model like this, the right side of the curve is gonna be a lot slower than you anticipate. Let me see if I can pull up any backtesting examples of this. I'll see. Even here, like the right side of the curve wasn't as fast as you probably could have expected. A lot of the time, the left side and right side of the curve will be pretty, I won't say identical in time, but pretty. I mean, this, see how fast the left side of the curve was, and then this right side of the curve was a lot slower. If you look at this, I don't like these annotations. Standard deviation lines up nice. We have market structure shift for value gap. That's your low risk first stage of accumulation, second stage of reaccumulation. Where could you really capitalize off of this? I would say this fair value gap market structure shift would be a good entry. And then we have old buying. I would say after this continuation purge. Also, MMX7 Trader, his course that I was watching, he talks about continuation purges a lot. Which I need to do more back testing on. Dang, it's cold in here. Alright, let's see how we complete this cell model. Notice how we didn't displace past 0.5 either. Once we displace past 0.5, that's when we're likely going to complete terminus. And then we're going to have a silver bullet like here. And then in turn, if we're looking at this, places in which we could have some resistance would be this fair value gap. Honestly, or within this fair value gap here on the left side, that's when I'm looking to see us slow down and then us have a stop hunt to then head lower. It also is in line with this 7.5 swing grade, so I kind of like that. Let me pull up standard deviation again. Also, it'd be -2 to 2.5. Bro, I saw a post saying that you wouldn't trade this month. Yeah, I'm not trading this month. Very likely not. I'm just here to study. I'm just here to become a better trader and just taper. I don't need to be in the markets, especially right now. And on days like today. I definitely wasn't trading all of last week because we had FOMC, we had NFP, and last week I thought was very tricky. I think that we'll start to get good action this next week, but today I think that today probably wasn't ideal either, or isn't going to be ideal either. Look at the 4-hour candle. This right here, this order block range, could have been an entry. I want to see us display slower. SMT 5-minute break. Yeah, we now have 5-minute change state delivery. 5-minute fair value gap is what we could form here. This whole time, we never formed a 5-minute fair value gap. So this could be the first time we have a 5-minute fair value gap. Also, 5-minute change state delivery, which is nice to see. You're bearish. This is likely going to play out today. Still the sell side of the curve. We'll see what happens. I'm not trading it, though, like I've been saying. Dude, this one looks nice. I don't know about this side. Does that look better or not? Nah, that just that's why I don't like doing the curves. I get OCD about them, even though I don't have OCD, but I guess I do when it comes to curves. Even then. Ugh. Are we not gonna create a 5 minute for up here? No, I don't know about this. This market ain't tipping its hand to us. I'd be more bearish than bullish here, but we're still back within that 15 minute for value gap. Notice how we have just taken this low here, and we refuse to make a 5 minute fair value gap. We refuse to make a 5 minute fair value gap. We have taken this low here within this 15 minute fair value gap again, and refuse to make a 5 minute bearish fair value gap. So that looks kind of bullish in my opinion. We have big displacement higher here, so we also do have a low resistance liquidity above us. I'm not trading this. This could go either way for me right now. I'm more bearish. I'm more bearish than I am bullish, but you got to keep in mind Monday, no red folder news. Probably not going to get the best opportunity.